What was the deal? Hey, that would that when you brought up Dark Journey, the feud with her and Missy Hyatt was it was gold for me. The loaded Gucci bag, those are some badass cat fights. Did you dig all that action back in?
Yeah, because back then it wasn't about, the divas having their little, 4 minute. I'm not trying to
It
knock it.
wasn't. No. Yeah, but it was just like two chicks,
Yeah.
two chicks. I mean, women, and they weren't wrestlers. They were valets, but women, and they were getting into real deal badass cat fights, and that was some quote unquote real shit.
Yeah. And,
And when Missy Hyatt was it Missy Hyatt that had the loaded Gucci bag because she had the money?
yes.
So Missy
Yeah.
had. I mean, the loaded Gucci bag was over with me because I just knew that sumbitch had a brick in that motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than having pretty women try to do professional wrestling. Because I'm not being sexist here, but I saw Stacy Keebler one time. She took a kick to the gut, and her legs were so long, and she was so thin. When she bent over to sell it, she got off balance and just fell. Didn't fall down, just staggered backwards all the way across the ring and almost fell through the ropes. The old days of where, Moolah trained these salty females to fight, is long gone. And there's nothing worse than seeing pretty women who can't wrestle try to wrestle, but seeing pretty women who are going to have a cat fight and who really look like they mean it was money. And whether it be Missy Hyatt at Dark Journey, and Precious was part of that
Yeah.
crowd,
Yeah.
and Baby Doll, my God.
Yeah.
Baby Doll dislocated my jaw one time in St. Louis.
What happened?
She was supposed to miss a slap.
Did she connect on purpose?
Well, but no, she didn't really do anything on purpose. But Baby Doll, people don't know this, was the women's shot put champion in Lubbock, high school shot put champion. And at the time that we were working our deal in 1986 at the Great American Bashes, she was the same height as me, and I had about 10 pounds on her back then. And what was I going to do? Complain that a girl is beating me up? But it was the girl and the manager, and she knocked me out, in a working way every night around the territory. But one time we're in the cage in St. Louis, Dusty and Magnum on her side and the Midnight on my side, and I'm supposed to swing or whatever. She's going to duck, and she's going to swing a slap at me, and I'm going to fall backwards on my ass and run from her, right, to show that I'm a big pussy. She connected with that slap she wasn't supposed to connect with and knocked my jaw out of socket and came back in. But I couldn't chew for 3 days.
Oh, that sucks. That hurts when that happens.
And another time in Raleigh, we're working with the Road Warriors, and Paul Ellering is supposed to be chasing me around the ring. And this was on television, so I have a great slow-mo of this. She's supposed to run down the aisleway, and as Paul is chasing me, I'm supposed to turn around, and there she is. She's going to hit me with the big knockout punch, right? And it was the same deal as Paul Lee. Only Paul Lee couldn't hit as hard as she did. But I always said, hit me in the side of the head, just hit me, because it's got to look good, right? Well, the aisleway in Raleigh was a long-ass aisleway.
Yep.
You had to come a ways. And so and Bubba is my bodyguard. And he's standing there, he's chasing Paul, and Paul's chasing me. And I come around the corner, and I see that Baby Doll is nowhere in sight. I figured, okay, I'll just make another loop. So I just made another loop around the ring. And as I'm coming around the second time, I see she's almost there. And I'm like, okay, I'll back up away from Paul now that I've got a little space on him, and I'll turn around and she'll punch me. Well, she was so panicked that she missed her cue the first time. Instead of waiting for me to turn around, she just, at a dead run, punched me head on in the base of the skull. It felt like a mark had hit me with a chair, and my brains exploded. I saw the sparkly things, and you see on TV, they put it back in slow-mo, and I fall into Bubba's arms, and Bubba's trying to catch me, and I go down, and the first thing I remember is, Bubba, big boss man, saying, Jimmy, she hit you hard. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do?